The URL lawsuit, what happened to the lawsuit against them versus RBE? Are you guys still in this situation, or is it done?
No comment.
Okay.
No comment. So if you got something that happened to somebody, like physically or a lawsuit or street-related shit or whatever, or a serious beef between two people that don't involve me, I don't even want, the retirement ARP don't want to put that on camera.
Okay, no problem.
You know what I'm saying? The
no
retirement
problem.
ARP don't want to speak about those things on camera. You know what I mean? But, you know, any legal situations that RBE is involved in, they're going to be what they're going to be. And we're always going to make sure that we protect ourselves to the best of our ability. We're always going to make sure that we retain very, very strong representation, and that we line all of our ducks up and take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. What's good, G? How you?
Good. How about you?
Same shit, different day. You know how it go.
That max out 3 on.
I came here to rap.
Yeah, that's good.
Good to see you, man. How you been?
Good,
Same
man.
shit, different day.
Comes for love.
My man. We working as always. You know how it go.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can let me know if you want to answer this one, or if that's kind of in the line. I was going to ask, the NORBES lawsuit, how has that impacted URL financially, and the implications of someone like NORBES winning a suit against URL? What does that say to battlers and battle rap?
I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think only the people that are a part of that suit probably know all the details, and you would have to be like, I assume NORBES. NORBES is lawyers and representation, URL and their representation. I go off, I guess, what the public hears and sees. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing about court proceedings and legalities is we all just jump to these assumptions. We all just jump and blurt out these opinions. Social media gives a platform for everybody to put out a fact. You know what I'm saying? An opinion-based fact.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that shit could have niggas in a great spot or niggas in a bad spot, and we wouldn't know it because nobody is supposed to be in a situation like that even talking about their business. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably one of the reasons why I don't know all the ins and outs and all the details. And then people's also going to put on a face that they need to put on. And that's for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This side is going to say everything's good, and this side's going to say everything's good too. So which one of them is wrong? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I know what y'all know. Other than that, you know, that's their business. You know, I'm not out here to see the fall of another company. I don't care. I don't care if another company thrives or doesn't. Okay. But I'm not out here praying. I'm not losing sleep over what URL or another company does. I don't have that energy. And as far as NORBES, you know, I said a long time ago, you know, me and NORBES, you know, we kind of buried our hatch. You know what I'm saying? We let go of the drama that we had or the not liking of each other that we had a long time ago. You know, we was cool after that. You know what I'm saying? We cool today. You know what I mean? So if the man is owed something, then he's owed something. If he's not, then he's not. But yeah, I don't know the details of that.
Do you think the URL caffeine deal was impacted anyway by the lawsuit and everything we seeing, like Smack saying the money statements and them not being in business with caffeine anymore?
Possible. Once again, you gotta be a part of those business deals to really know. Everybody's speculating.
Facts.
Everybody's speculating. You know what I'm saying? I think it's real easy to say, like, it's no different than like we was talking earlier about all the speculation of why ARP is retiring, right? Mm-hmm. URL is going to get the same thing. They're going to say, yo, Caffeine was here and they were spending money, and you had somebody like surfing around. I got 50 my last one. Mm-hmm.
60 home.
Yeah, and then everybody's talking about big money at that time, and
Facts.
Some of it is true and some of it is half true and some of it is not. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, all of a sudden when Caffeine isn't there, the speculation is going to assume that there was a problem. And that's logical because any successful relationship typically stays together. So I understand the logic of it, but for all I know, they had a clause in their shit that say it could end, you know, January 2024, we're done. Yeah. And we're not re-upping. You know what I'm saying? If the Chiefs you know what I'm saying, leave free agency and they don't re-sign Jones, that means Jones wasn't good, or they don't want to still stay together and go for a third. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'd be speculation, and I'm not sticking up for them, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Like, there's always gonna be speculation, but one thing that we can say is for certain, based on the owners themselves saying certain things, to answer your second question, is from a battle rap culture standpoint, an industry standpoint, it's not good to see the top leaders or the top platforms or the top owners or the strongest platforms to have that type of complaint after 10, 12, 15 years of operating. We're all supposed to have this shit down pat by now. We still have the same problems. We still have, every event, there's a battle that's not happening. We're talking about choking, we're talking about unprofessionalism, we're talking about the contrast, we're talking about the politics that people feel like are a hindrance. We're talking about this doesn't work the way I expected. You know what I'm saying? We have the same problems. And then we wonder why we don't crash ceilings. So if you see an ARP or a Smack or an Organic or Rem come out or whoever, and we're talking about like, yo, ain't no money, and some of us have been here 10 plus, that's not good. That's not good. How volatile is the industry then? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that that's a good thing. But I said on my stream the other day, I said the question to me isn't, is the money gone? The question to me is, how much of that money was really ever there to begin with? And the problem is, we walk around and we accept so much smoke and mirrors in battle rap, in the industry, period. I get it. Not everybody has that intellect level. Not everybody can see the truth. Everybody's rich. Everybody's living in a mansion. Everybody's driving foreign.
Yeah.
Everybody's savings account is stacked up.
Yeah.
Everybody's last contract was 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50,000.
And that goes the same for the industry too, like the music industry and everything.
And that I don't even gotta talk about the same thing with the league owners.
Yeah.
Oh, my last event, it was a success. No, it wasn't. You're lying.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, what makes that different with you though? Like, why is it that, like?
It's not different with me.
Oh, okay.
I got the same ups and the same downs as the next man. I'm just the only one that's gonna be real enough to tell you.
I've never seen, well, I can't, not that I can recall, but like Caffeine being with URL, that's a sponsor that they're joint venture together. What makes it different with you still putting on maybe not as quite as many events, but those top events that the people want to see, you still have kept consistent without a big sponsor push behind you or anything, and the way you've done business to still keep battle rap in its competitive nature, and actually I feel with Max Out 3 peaking it to a certain point. So it's like, what makes you do business in a way to where you don't have caffeine drama and sponsor drama, all these different sponsor dramas, and you're still putting on the same quality of work as everybody else?
It's just different people do different things and have different business models. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to the fans and the battle rappers to see what's what. I think URL over the years, this is all public information, I think they've done a good job building their company while they partnered with other people. Whether it was Harry, whether it was Al Capone, whether it was Exclusive Vodka, whether it was Caffeine. There's nothing wrong. This is me defending them for a second. I'm not gonna get on no cameras and say no bullshit.
No, that's a fact.
Right? In business, it's actually preferred to spend other people's money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if I could build up my company to a place where I get acquired, or somebody else says, let me pay for it now. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. You can't shit on that.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? That's like business 101 type of shit.
Hell yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But at the same time, you still have to conduct that and run that a certain way. I don't know what they ran right or wrong. I'm not in their offices. I'm not on their group chats or texts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not on their conference calls. You know what I'm saying? But when people look at me and what I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always been a different business model. Like, Mook told me that one time. And he's also expressed this, I think, from the interview that he did with Dame Dash up, it was a Hot 97 or whatever. It might be a Harlem thing. He was always just like, yo, I respect you because you spend your own money. Mook has always said that.
That's basically what I was alluding to, yo.
Yeah, that's what Dame Dash, that's Dame Dash whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not making none of this up.
Yeah, no, that's
You know
Dame Dash
what I'm
whole
saying?
shit.
So it's just difference in business model. So when I go into my own pocket and I make my own decisions at any point in the year, that's just our approach.
Gotcha.
When URL has whatever the situation. I don't know how many people is a part of the decisions over there based on who's paying what or what. It could be all URL niggas, and then these niggas just put up the money and say do what you want. Or these niggas can have an influence. I don't know. But it's just a different business model. I think they found success in what they've done over the years because I think that they've done well for themselves. And I damn sure found success over the years of what I've done. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different business model. That's all. That's all.
I did an interview recently with Vague, and he basically said, outright, he said, caffeine are culture vultures.
See, when caffeine came, it was a downtime for everybody. It was what was it? The pandemic.
Facts.
Nobody was allowed outside. Nobody can do anything. No big events. So when caffeine came, they came with all this money. They culture vultures, caffeine. Nobody's gonna say it. Caffeine is culture vultures, bro. They're culture vultures. They didn't know shit about battle rap.
How did you feel about caffeine's environment in battle rap, and did they ever reach out to you to do business with RB?
No. When you got situations with like let's say URL and caffeine, you gotta assume that there's all types of non-compete clauses and all that type of shit.
Gotcha.
Where caffeine may or may not be able to go on certain ventures and vice versa. Like I believe that it was said, whether true or not, that's one of the reasons why URL had to get off of YouTube, because of the type of way that caffeine had to have stake, I don't want to say ownership, have stake in their content.
Yeah.
And then maybe there was agreement early on where it's just like, you can't use YouTube, but you could use your app because that's a VOD platform.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was an early agreement. You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't think you would have ever seen RB and URL working with the same entity at the same time, because when you embark on that type of situation, you kind of negotiate, and it's understandings of like non-competes and all that type of shit. Like I get it, you know what I mean? But what was the other part of it?
Basically for the sake, oh my bad. How do you feel about the caffeine environment in battle rap? Like the environment they brought in the culture?
I think it served its purpose. I think there's a lot of good and there's also bad, and that comes with everything. Not everything I did was through the roof. Not everything not everything I did was bad. I'm not sticking up for them niggas.
Yeah.
I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always gonna be pros and cons to shit. I could take the bag up, but I might sacrifice the quality.
Yeah.
Or I might bring the bag down and it's trade-offs.
Be oversaturated too much.
I might oversaturate. Yeah. Maybe I have a clause with them that's saying I have to do a joint monthly.
Yeah. At one point, URL was throwing almost like battles weekly at one point.
I might get on camera and tell the culture and the fans in a promotional way, like, yo, we out here banging for y'all. But that might really be motivated by the way the caffeine deal is structured. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then maybe when that starts out, it's beautiful. And then you might go 3, 4, 6, 7 months and realize like, yo, it feels oversaturated. Anything that is that beneficial to any industry, you're going to see a form of it for the long run. Because they say that anything that's worth keeping will evolve, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't have a constant because the economy changes, the consumers change, the age demographic that came in with you will change.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like people will say like, yo, we got new fans. They don't know about this battle rap and that battle, right?
Yep.
So nothing can remain like this. Things have to find a way to adjust and be cut. But that only comes with something that's working, right? If something is here and gone within a year, 2 years or whatever, that means that something was happening that wasn't sustainable.
Gotcha.
It's no different why companies will come to the table, they'll sit in that office and the head honchos, they'll go through layoffs. Because we're looking at our bottom line,
yeah.
And right now we're just operating. And sometimes we're losing money, and sooner or later there's gonna be, the first indication of that was when everybody lost their channels.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Their deal.
Yeah, the caffeine deal.
Yeah.
Mike P and all the guys.
If those things are making money, you don't cut them. That's just money 101, right?
Yeah, now we just throwing money away at this point.
So things for whatever reason, whether it was like, I didn't know that industry doesn't you know, equate to what I thought it was going to equate to, or maybe it was overspending, or maybe it was the saturation, or maybe it was the performances not keeping up the brand, or it could be a piece of, you just never know. But eventually there's people that get into a room and decide that what we're doing is not sustainable, and then decisions are made. That's just how it goes in corporate America.